The fate of British cycling changed one day in 2003. The governing body for professional cycling in Great Britain had recently hired Dave Brailsford as its new performance director. In 110 years, no British cyclist had ever won the event Tour de France, the world's biggest cycling race. Brailsford was different from his previous coaches. He followed a simple strategy, which was the philosophy of searching for a tiny margin of improvement in everything you do. He said the whole principle came from the idea that if you could break down everything you could think of that goes into riding a bike and then improve it by 1%, you will get a significant increase when you put them all together. Brailsford and his coaches began by making small adjustments like redesigning the bike seats to make them more comfortable, rubbed alcohol on the tires for a better grip. They continued to find 1% improvements in overlooked and unexpected areas. Different types of massage gels for fastest muscle recovery. The best way to wash hands to reduce the chances of catching a cold. Pillow and mattress that led to the best night's sleep. As these and hundreds of other small improvements accumulated, the results were extraordinary. Just 5 years after Brailsford took over, the team dominated and won many gold medals in the cycling events at the 2008 Olympic Games in Beijing. 4 years later, they had their first British cyclist to win the Tour de France. So, what exactly happened? They were the same team of ordinary athletes, but this time they transformed into the world champions with just tiny changes. These small improvements accumulated into such remarkable results. And this idea forms the foundation of the book Atomic Habits. We hope you are enjoying the video so far. If you liked what you saw, please give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with our latest content. And make sure to stick around until the end because we have a special surprise in store for you. Chapter 1: The Power of Atomic Habits. We convince ourselves that massive success requires massive actions, and we often dismiss small changes because they don't seem to matter very much at the moment. For example, if you save a little money now, you are still not a millionaire. If you go to the gym 3 days in a row, you're still out of shape. If you study Japanese for an hour tonight, you still haven't learned the language. We make a few changes, but the results never seem to come quickly, and so we slide back into our previous routines. Take the example of a bamboo tree. Bamboo can barely be seen for the first 5 years as it builds an extensive root system underground before exploding 90 feet into air within 6 weeks. Same is true for success as well. It is the product of your daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformation. Chapter 2: Forget about goals, focus on the systems instead. We all make goals, right? We want a fitter body, want to become a better athlete, quit cigarettes or alcohol, not chew our nails, save money, but oftentimes we find ourselves listing the same goals every new year and get back to our old habits within a matter of months, or should I say, days. Goals are about the results you want to achieve, and systems are about the processes that lead to those results. We often say, once I reach my goal, I will be happy. But the idea is to enjoy the system, the process, rather than the end product. It wasn't the goal of winning the Tour de France. The British team wanted to win the race every year before that as well. It was only when they implemented a system of continuous improvements that they achieved a different result. Chapter 3: How habits shape your identity and vice versa. Let's consider this example. Two people are trying to quit cigarettes. When offered one, John says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit." Wow, that sounds good. But Peter says, "No thanks, I'm not a smoker." Whoa! John believes he's a smoker who's trying to be someone else. But what Peter says signals shift in identity. He no longer identifies as someone who smokes. The goal is to make the habit a part of your identity and be proud of it. Chapter 4: The Science of How Habits Work. The process of habits can be divided into 4 simple steps: cue, craving, Response, reward. Cue is like a trigger, like a notification message pops. Craving, now you want to see what the notification is about. Response is to check your cell phone, and this is the actual habit you perform. Reward, you are now satisfied by the content of the notification. Our brain is continually scanning the environment, predicting what will happen next, trying out different responses and learning from the results. It's as basic as you enter a dark room and the first instinct is to switch on the light. Pause the video and try to look for cues in your daily life that initiate your good or bad habit loops. So we can clearly see that these 4 stages influence nearly everything we do each day. We need to transform these 4 steps into a practical framework. James Clear refers to this framework as the 4 laws of behavior change, and it provides a simple set of rules for creating good habits and breaking the bad ones. Chapter 5. The 4 laws of behavior change. First law on how to create a good habit. Make the cue obvious. Many people think they lack motivation when what they really lack is clarity. It is not always obvious when and where to take action. Some people spend their entire lives waiting for the time to be right to make an improvement. For this, James Clear suggests implementation intention, which suggests 2 things which can act as cues: time and place. I will, behavior, at time, in, location. So, instead of saying I want to study Japanese more this month, try this. I will study Japanese for 1 hour at 6 p.m. in my study room. One of the best ways to build a new habit is to identify a current habit you already do each day and then stack your new habit on top. This is called habit stacking. After current habit, I will new habit. After I take off my work shoes, I will immediately change into my workout clothes. Stack next habit on top, like after I change into my workout clothes, I will stretch for 5 minutes. Habit stacking allows you to create a set of simple rules that guide your future behavior. Strategies like implementation intentions and habit stacking are among the most practical ways to create obvious cues for your habits and design a clear plan for when and where to take action. Creating obvious visual cues can draw your attention toward a desired habit. If you want to drink more water, fill up a few water bottles each morning and place them in common locations around the house or work where you can easily see them. If you want to eat more fruits, don't leave it out of sight in the fridge. Second law on creating a good habit. Make the craving attractive. A primary goal of food companies is to create products that are more attractive to consumers. Companies spend millions of dollars to discover the most satisfying level of crunch in a potato chip or the perfect amount of fizz in the soda. Similarly, the more attractive an opportunity is, the more likely it is to become habit-forming. Habits are attractive when they are associated with positive feelings. Thus, we can make hard habits attractive if we associate them with a positive experience. For example, exercise is equal to health and well-being, not tiring and fatigue. Public speaking, excited and pumped up, not anxiety. If we interpret these feelings negatively, we will feel threatened or tensed up. If we interpret these feelings positively, then we can respond with fluidity and grace. Third law to create a good habit is to make the response easy. How many times do you find yourself doing this? Figuring out the fastest way to lose weight, the best program to build muscle, the perfect idea for side hustle. And we try to find the best approach that we never get around to taking action. This is what James Clear refers to as the difference between in motion and taking action. The 2 ideas sound similar, but they are not the same. When you are in motion, you are planning, strategizing, and learning. They are all good, but they don't produce a result. Action, on the other hand, is the type of behavior that will deliver an outcome. But if motion doesn't lead to results, why do we do it? More often we do it because motion allows us to feel like we are actually making progress without running the risk of failure. If you want to master a habit, the key is to start with repetition, not perfection. During habit formation, a behavior becomes increasingly automatic as it is repeated. If you repeat an activity, your brain changes in order to become more efficient at it. The real motivation is to be lazy and to do what is convenient. Look at any behavior that fills up much of your life and you'll see that it can be performed with very low levels of motivation. Habits like scrolling our phones, checking WhatsApp, playing video games steal so much of our time because they can be performed almost without any effort. Remarkably convenient, right? Therefore, it is crucial to make your habits so easy that you'll do them even when you don't feel like it. The 2-minute rule. When you dream about making a change, excitement inevitably takes over and you end up trying to do too much too soon. The 2-minute rule states that when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. A new habit should not feel like a challenge. For reading 1 hour a day, start with just 1 page a day. The point is to master the habit of showing up. Gotta set up the routine and slowly build up the difficulty. Fourth law to create a good habit is to make the reward satisfying. Ever thought about why toothpaste companies add mint in their toothpaste? Why soap companies add fragrance in their products? Cause it's a lot easier for people to adopt a product that provides a strong positive sensory signal. Maybe that's why most people can easily adapt brushing their teeth but not flossing them. We are more likely to repeat a behavior when the experience is satisfying. Feelings of pleasure, even minor ones, like washing your hands with soap that smells nice and lathers well, are signals that tell the brain, "This feels good. Do this again next time." The best way to measure your progress is with a habit tracker. The most basic format is to get a calendar and cross off each day you stick with your routine. You'll find links to some of our favorite planners and a free Notion template that can help you track your atomic habits. Chapter 6. How to quickly recover when your habits break down. Anyone can have a bad performance, a bad workout, or a bad day at work. But when successful people fail, they rebound quickly. Don't break the chain of continuity. Missing twice is the start of a bad habit. Lastly, build habits that work for your personality. Choose your habits around your interests. Like, if you prefer rock climbing or cycling or rowing over gym, then more power to you. Choose the habit that best suits you, not the one that is more popular. And that's the end of the video, folks. We are excited to hear about the atomic habits that have changed your life, so please leave a comment below and let us know. We'll be rewarding the top 5 inspiring and insightful comments with a poster based on the book Atomic Habits. This poster is not only a great addition to your personal library, but also a daily reminder to develop and continue with new habits that can transform your life. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to hear your thoughts.